How y'all doing? How y'all doing? This is Alvin from Trying Success on the Old Fashioned Health Network. Good health inside and out. Today I have an amazing guest, one of my favorite on TikToks because he's vegan like me. So I brought him on the show today to explain the benefits of eating healthy. He's a part of this Black History series we having this month. So this is Coach Reggie. Coach Reggie, tell him a little bit about yourself, man.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Coach Reg. They call me Mr. Intensity online, and you'll probably soon find out why they call me that. Basically, I started this off of my own health journey. At my late 20s, I was going through erectile dysfunction, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic, and they tried to put me on medication. I didn't want that, so I decided to heal myself, and I turned it into helping and healing other people. I got into nutrition soon after. I realized that you can't outwork a bad diet. So I had to learn how to train my clients with nutritional aspect. Because if I could help you with your diet, your body's going to be soon to follow. So I went on YouTube and started talking about these things when I found out about the meat, about what's in the, I started to research what's in the food and how it's affecting us. And I'm talking about us, you know, as far as how it attacks our melanin and things of that nature. And I just took it to another level where I became an Amazon affiliate for Amazon, talking about black seed oil. And that's where a lot of my videos went viral. And somebody said you should be an Amazon affiliate. And I'm like, all right, I'll do that. And I saw how much money I made for those companies. And I said, I can do my own thing. So I started my own supplement company from actually soap. And I did well with the soap. And then I just transformed it into more and more, constantly challenging myself and helping other people, like on a spiritual aspect, on a health aspect, on many aspects that bring it all together, because I believe the body is the conduit to the mind and the mind is the conduit to the spirit.
Man, so you said several things that just stuck out to me. Let me tell you. So I was up last night working on a project. So we have a school. I don't know if you got a chance to see the kids or chefs.
I did.
Work. So school classes actually launches today. But I was up last night working on the school, and because I was up late, I was like, I needed something to try to keep me awake. Normally, I'll take black seed oil before I go to bed a lot of times. So I took some black seed oil and some raw honey. Man, I was wide awake. Even when I went to bed, I just went to bed because I knew I needed to go to bed. But that black seed oil and that raw honey, and I've done it a couple of times just to see if it was really that, because there's this drink that I usually drink, seltzer drink, and it's supposed to be. I love the seltzer drink, so I want you to tell me whether or not I probably should not be. I've tried to research to see if there's anything wrong with it, but I said if I'm going to drink one, because I got everybody in the studio drinking these seltzer drinks, but we're not going to pub them because they're not paying for this. All right.
That's true.
But anyway, you could tell us later on if you think if it's a thumbs up or thumbs down. But anyway, I took the black seed oil and the raw honey. I was wide awake. I wasn't like, I was clear. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, so I like the black seed oil. Is that one of the products that you also?
Yep, it's that one right there. That's black seed. This is the black seed oil right here.
Okay.
One of the ones that I have as well.
Okay.
Black seed oil. And it's different kinds you can actually get based off of their TQ content. That's more potency, less potency. I try to get the highest potency. So I used to go to the countries and find it myself.
Really? So tell me, man. So when you mean what country? Where you going to get it from? India,
Peru, Turkey. These places that I would go and I would source them myself from the grower, because I got tired dealing with middlemen. Okay. And because and how they were treating me. When they see a face that looks like this, they just They treat you a little differently, as far as, owning a company. Mm-hmm. So when I realized how they were treating me, I said, okay, I'm gonna have to go do this on my own. And because I want to make sure I get the best, because when you buy supplements in the industry, a lot of them are diluted. Mm-hmm. And it's the placebo effect. Like, you believe it's good, but it's not really as good as it could be.
Right.
And when I got into it, the first product came out with was Haritaki. Haritaki is for the mind. I call it my limitless supplement. You ever see that movie Limitless with Bradley Cooper?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like that. And basically, when I compared the one that I got from the grower to the one that I was originally promoting, I was like, oh, there's a difference here. And I started to research, like, are they diluting these products? And they are. So I decided to get everything that wasn't diluted and pure. So when you try mine, you're like, yeah, that's different. And it's a reason why.
Okay, so now you know you got to give me. You know I'm ordering when I get off this. I'm ordering as soon as okay, so tell me the products that you have so I'll know which ones I definitely want to try to get.
Okay, so I have Haritaki, I have Black Seed, I have Moringa, I have Shilajit, Ashwagandha, Sea Moss, Maca Root, raw gelatinized 6-to-1 ratio, and I'll explain that later.
Okay.
I have gold, I have copper, and I have my colon cleanse. It's a combination of different types of ingredients to properly cleanse your colon. So yeah. And I have Banafsha, the mucus buster, the one that went viral on TikTok that my people know me for, the mucus buster to get all that mucus out of you that you don't need.
So
Yep.
do you have a combo kit where I can just pay and get them all at one time?
Yeah, I do. I have a combo kit. I took a few combo kits down because they've been buying the crap out of some of them where I don't want them to wait too long. So I'll I have some combo kits on there right now that I have them all in stock, but they've been going at it. So I do have combo kits you can buy that will do things like energy. I have one for ailments. I have one for erectile dysfunction. I have one for sex performance. I have one for was it I said energy. I have a few. For those. Yeah.
So let me guess, which one is your best seller?
My best seller is right now between Haritaki, Black Seed, and Banafsha is coming up right now, but it's between Haritaki and Black Seed. They're my best sellers. Because people like to, I give them little tips. I've been giving them tips on how to take these because a lot of people they'll get them, but they don't know how they work the best. And because I'm my own customer to my own products, I can tell them how they work for me. And because I'm really clean, I fast a lot.
Okay.
They're always looking at me pretty quickly. So I pretty much help them and they use it and they'll say, okay, this works this way. He just told me how to use it.
So how do you use Black Seed? And let me ask you this: the one that I usually buy is the organic one. Is it Mother Earth or something? I think is the brand name.
I'm familiar with them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So are you telling me is my stuff watered down a little bit? Okay, so I'm on audios. But so let me ask you this: how should one take Black Seed oil?
I take it straight. People like to dilute it, a lot of, let's say, lemon or honey. I take it straight. I'll take it before bed and I'll take it after I break my fast because it's oil in there. So you don't want it to break your fast. I teach fasting as well. So, I as melanated people, we're not supposed to be eating between 4 a.m. and 12 p.m. because our bodies are going through a detoxification process. So we're not supposed to be eating solid food in between that time because we stop our natural body's flow of removing of toxins. So I would say to break your fast and then take Black Seed oil, and then before you go to bed, take it again. Because I use it to help me sleep. I combine it with ashwagandha to help me sleep.
See,
and Haritaki.
Black Seed oil won't let me sleep, man. It will not. I will be. Well, I take that back. I think it seems like if I want to go to sleep, I can. Mm-hmm. For some reason, if I want to do something else, I can do that as well. If I want to stay awake, before I went to bed last night, I knew I wanted to stay awake, and I took the Black Seed oil, and I was able to stay awake. Now, so let me ask you about this diluted piece. Okay. If you find a product that may be diluted, what can they do if they don't have the option, or if they don't have, like for instance, you got a cabinet full of it already? Mm-hmm. Should they just increase the dosage, or just continue what they have, or what would you suggest?
Well, it depends. If they haven't felt it work in their bodies yet, okay. What I would say to even know it's diluted, I wish I had time to teach this, but I can actually teach per supplement.
You'll be back on. Don't worry. We got. Yeah, don't worry.
It's called a quantum reflex analogy test. I can actually teach where you hold it in your hand and you hold it up to a certain organ. And if your hand loses strength or gains strength when you try to pull it apart, it's two people test. You'll know if the supplement is actually good or bad. It's actually your body's way of telling you. It's actually an ancient practice where your body actually knows what's healing you or what's hurting you. Like if you held your phone in your hands without a protection, and you actually hold these two fingers together and you try to pull them apart. If somebody can easily pull them apart, that means your cell phone is destroying your whole body's quantum field. But that's a whole nother. Yeah.
Boy. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
so just so we clear, you are gonna come back on the show and do some stuff, right?
Yeah, I got a lot, man. I got a lot of information.
So we go, man. Okay, so all right, so let's talk about being vegan and eating clean as far as concerned in the Black community, in the African American community, whatever color, whatever we want to identify ourselves at this present moment. So, how do you feel about being vegan and eating healthy, as far as we doing it as African Americans? Because I know we have an awful diet right now.
Yes, I believe that it takes tremendous amounts of willpower and consistency. There is a programming in us that we should be eating certain food that actually was taught to us a long time ago without any question. And for an African American person that grew up on what they call take your soul away food, not that's why they call it soul. I mean, take that soul away, you know. And when you eat it, you feel like you're done. So, you know, it takes a tremendous amount of willpower, and you have to have a why. A why is a reason to do it, to change your lifestyle to such a degree that nobody around you is really doing it, and you got to stay with it because it's not easy. It's not easy, but it's doable if you really have a why. If you don't have a why, then I guarantee you'll probably fall back into that lifestyle. But you have to have a why strong enough to be able to keep you where you're at and learn that, because it's a paradigm shift in your mind. I say that it's actually a question I'm going to answer today on TikTok that somebody asked, how come vegans always try to make their vegan food look like meat? Because it's a psychological transformation of how you're supposed to eat. And if you feel like you're eating meat, but you're not, you're still getting healthy, but you still have that joy. Like when we eat as African Americans, it's more than just eating. It's actually the joy that we feel by being around family in a social environment. So psychologically, you don't feel happy if you're eating something that's foreign to you, because what brought happiness to you was eating food that probably killed you, but you know it now kills you. But now you have to make yourself believe, or your psychological mindset believe, that the food that you're eating now is just as good as that, and it was not killing you, because technically you're right. Yes.
So with all of the different things that's going on now, so we won't make a lot of people upset. With all of the different ailments and sicknesses and stuff going on, especially like mental health specifically, to me, do you believe food has a lot to do with the food we eat has a part to do with mental health as well?
You about to me go in. Okay, so check. Food is everything to do with that. If you want to control a society, you control their food. Okay, so there's a reason why people eat. When you eat meat, it's a docile creature. When you eat food, you take on the energy from that animal that you ate. Why are we eating apex predators? Because you might want to be an apex predator yourself. So when you eat food, you take on the energy of that food, and it either gives you energy or it takes away energy from you. So the food that we eat as African Americans is what is affecting your mind, because 95% of your serotonin is located in your gut. With those who don't know, serotonin is what they call the happy hormone. Okay, happy neurotransmitter. That's what it is, neurotransmitter that makes you feel happy. You want to get serotonin? Go under the sun or eat proper food. The reason why some people are feeling sad or depressed or angry is because their neurotransmitter serotonin is not being properly secreted, which is transferring a signal to their mind that makes them feel down or sad or out. So say if you did like I have a colon cleanse, right?
Okay.
After 10 days doing my colon cleanse, you're like, why do I feel euphoric right now? Because it's how you're supposed to feel. And the food and water, which is dead, that you're consuming, and the air that you're breathing, which is full of chemtrails, and your immune system, which is weak, and your body's constantly in a fight or flight state that you don't even realize. Like when you are overweight, your body has, for every 25 pounds you gain, that is enough blood vessels to cover the entire world. 12, okay? Wow. Just in one body. So, I mean, when you are in a fight or flight state and at war at all times, why would you be happy?
Coach, man, I'm so glad to have you on the show. You just don't know, I have like a plethora of questions, but okay. So let me go to the next thing.
Okay.
All right. So back to your journey to turning your health around. when did you decide, and how long did it take you to bounce back? Because people now say, okay, I watched Alvin and Coach Reg on Trying Success. I want to start today. I'm having a list of the problems that he told me about, high blood pressure, and so forth and so on. What do you think the turnaround time, or I know people have to be patient. It's what I teach them, try to teach people. First of all, I don't even look at, it's amazing you talk about food and enjoying. I enjoy eating so much now. It's just like all I had today was trail mix, and it was so much fun, just pleasurable to eat it. I felt great behind it. But anyway, how long does it take a person to turn that around? How long did it take you to turn it around? We can't talk about everybody, but tell me, how long did it take you to turn that journey around from eating bad and feeling bad to getting to where you are now?
Years. It took years to really make it fun for me, because I did it off of obligation and health, because that was my why. But to make it fun for me, it took a long time, because, on this journey, when people ask me that, I will tell them it takes as long as it's supposed to take. That's why I always will tell them, because people always put time to it. But one of my biggest saying is time doesn't matter. It's only a matter of time. Right. So if you enjoy what you're learning through the time of you falling back or falling off, or, or not enjoying it, you actually learn something from all that. But everybody wants happiness. I want to be in my glee eating vegan. But what happened to the moments that build you up when you have your piece of chicken when you're supposed to be eating vegan? That's just to teach you a lesson, because after you eat vegan for a while and you go eat chicken or steak or whatever, your body's going to whoop that behind. It's going to get you.
Right.
You're going to be hurting. And you need to learn from that. You need to experience what entering bad food in a healthy body does. So I would say, if you're watching this, you need to take your time, and you need to be patient with yourself and stop being so hard on yourself for trying to get it tomorrow, because you didn't just get here today.
Right.
It took you years and years to get here. Now you consciously are going to change your diet. And when you change your diet, everything else follows.
Yeah.
So the body's the conduit to the mind. So whatever you're putting in your body is always going to affect your mental capacity. So when you change that, it's going to affect you. Mess around, come out this, you be running your own business, because it changes the person that you are by changing and attacking your diet. You're the biggest friend and you're the biggest enemy in your life. Now you get to be your friend and exercise self-love, because when somebody's not giving themselves good food and not taking care of themselves, that's a form of self-hate. No matter you believe it or not, it's a form of self-abuse. And when you start to consciously change what you're putting in your body, you are really loving yourself for real now, and you're in a relationship with yourself.
Wow. So, Coach, man, I could talk to you all day. All right. So did you go to any type of holistic training or anything like that to get to this point? I see you got a bunch of books back there. Did you write some books or something?
I taught myself. I read a lot.
Okay.
I taught myself over the years, because I went to nutrition school, and when you read these books that were created by the same people, or the people that create those books were taught by the same people that actually want you to eat a certain way, you realize that the books in school are catered to a certain type of people and not to us. If you understand who controls the society, why would they care about our diet? If we are eating correctly, we are back in our state where we actually build pyramids and stuff. So you don't want that now, do you?
Right.
So you have to basically change. You have to basically change everything in the way you think. I'm talking about down to psychology. I'm talking about down to the food, the pyramid, all that stuff. We are supposed to be eating electricity, right? We ain't eating electricity right now. So we are a result of what we're eating. So as far as what I taught myself everything. Like I'm talking about, I studied Dr. Laila Africa. I studied Dr. Sebi. I studied people who were Caucasian as well. I wanted to see what their perspective was, because they're not all bad. A lot of them are realizing that there's a trap, and they're teaching you about what you're supposed to eat, but you got to be open to all avenues of information to come to the conclusions that I've come to. And because I'm outside the box, I am not subject to one form of thought, which is why I'm able to help people and myself.
So when you go to the family reunion and they got all the food out there, do you how does that work out for you? Or do you have most of your family doing what you're doing?
No, they ain't doing what I'm doing. They trying.
Man, isn't that the hardest?
I think that's done by design on purpose, because I used to think about, like, how come my family listen to me? I'm right. I got thousands and millions of people all over the world listening to me. My family, it's because they're not supposed like. I feel like if they did, I probably wouldn't have the chip on my shoulder that I do to help other people because I can help the ones closest to me. But the fact of the matter that I can't, or they didn't want to listen to me, it makes me actually angry enough to help everybody else. I'll show you. I'm gonna help everybody else now, and you'll come sooner or later.
Man, when I tell you that's the hardest, and I know my siblings will probably listen to this. I'm like, I get to the point I just don't even, if we have cookouts or eat and in eating, they already know. It's like, she got my vegan power shirt on. They know I'm just strictly like, y'all know what I'm gonna eat. And now I take my food with me, or I have something prepared for me when to take with me. Or I'll just try to find me a Whole Foods or Trader Joe's or one of those stores, and I can just get everything I need. This past football season, I had to go to the grocery store once I got to my hotel and got all the food I needed and prepared. And they're like, "You're not cooking anything?" Like, there's everything I need. I don't have to cook it. I got hummus. I had hummus sandwiches, and I had almonds and nuts, and I was like, I'm good. And so it's hard for people to turn that off, that 3-piece and a biscuit off, to see me eating just hummus and a salad and I'm good, because you don't take as much to feed yourself. And the one thing I learned about being vegan has been such a great help for me is all the things that if you had a chance to see what I have going on. The only reason I can do all that I do is because I literally have the mental clarity and the mindset to do it. It's like, and a lot of times people ask me, how do you do this? You do that. It's like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I just can do it. You know, I was up this morning till 7:00 working to get the school open, and then here now with you. But I had my, you know what I'm saying? I'm not drained, but you've been doing it for a while.
Yeah. The question you asked me when I go around the family, what do I do? Right? I was around them yesterday, and what I did was I ate what I could eat, but they know I don't eat certain things, so they're used to it. I don't get invited to cookouts like I used to no more. That's one thing that stopped off the rip. Because the thing is, when you're the example, people feel funny about being around you, and they're like, "Yeah, I'm losing weight." Like, I wasn't even asking. I don't even care. Like,
right. They like slipping a little bit. It's like, I'm not paying you any attention, right?
Like, I don't care. Like, so do what you do.
How do you feel about alcoholic beverages?
I feel that like wine or like liquor?
Both.
I feel that wine in moderation, people who are out there drinking wine, I would say high moderation, like barely a buzz. And I would say liquor, the reason why they call it wine and spirits is because now you become a portal when you drink it, which is why they call it wine and spirits. So, yeah. Which is why people go crazy and wild out when they drink and then they don't have no memory, because it wasn't you, but you become a portal when you drink that stuff. Why would they call any store wine and spirits? Where does the spirit come from? You drinking wine and a lot of it. So I think that liquor is probably the most legalized, one of the worst drugs in the world, because it's legalized, people don't see a problem with it, but I think it's worse than even heroin because more people consume it. And sugar is at the highest point of the list.
And
at the highest point.
Don't about the cigarettes.
The cigarettes too. Yeah, the cigarettes too. That's basically tobacco in its unhealthiest state, because tobacco in its healthiest state is actually healing properties. But tobacco in the state, what they do is they just destroy it and everything. So tobacco is up there too.
So how long have you been on this whole this complete vegan journey to be let's just call it eating clean, because people I don't know, they don't. So how long have you been on this journey to eating?
I can say it. I'll say it. Shoot, if you eating meat, you eating dead. Like, I don't understand how you can expect life, but you eat death. It doesn't even make sense. Right. So it is what it is. I mean, y'all don't gotta come in. Y'all come at me. I'm used to it. All right. So when it comes down to it, I've been on this journey for 5 years. Okay. I started out as straight vegan. I got super deficient in the beginning because I didn't know anything about it. I just stopped eating meat, and I wasn't eating the right stuff. I was eating like the processed meatless stuff at first, and then I didn't know. I had no idea. I was just like, I just can't eat that. And when I did some more research on the process, I was like, whoa, soy. Sometimes even 3D printed. I'm like, I can't eat that no more. So I'm like, all right, cool. And then I started to, I was pescatarian for a while. Okay. And I told everybody, I said, listen, y'all, I'm only going to eat fish if I caught it myself. So I went deep sea fishing and I caught it myself and I made it inflated on camera. They killed me for that. It was coming at my neck. Like, you killed the fish and you cut his head off. I did, but then I went vegetarian, okay. And then I went full vegan, and it was a transition. So like my wife, she created a book called Mrs. Intensity 110 Recipe Book. And it starts off with like healthy meat options and then transitions to pescatarian and then vegetarian and then vegan, because we understand if you shock yourself too hard like I did, you will fall, because like the mind can't handle it. It's too much of a shift. So you have to take it one day at a time. Now, some of y'all who are out there sick, you might have to stop eating, period, right now and just go on a fast and cleanse. And it will be difficult, but this is why they call a detox state. You're going to cleanse first, right, and then you're going to detox. And detox is the mind shift. See? Yeah.
Man, I don't want to keep you on here long because this has been great. And you are going to come back, right? You're going to come back and do some more stuff with us, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I want to tell people how they can find your products, man. I'm interested. You say you have like, I think you named about 7 or 8 different products.
Yeah, I got about 12 products on my website. I got soap on there. I have some lotion on there, but I have the supplements that you can go on. So you spell it with a 10. When I say intensity, I use 10 because I'm always at level 10. Like, I'm always very, very intense. Okay. So it's just my energy. I believe strongly in helping my people. Like, that's my sole purpose on this planet, to help them and liberate them through their diet and then through their minds, because their minds will change if their diet does. So I would say intensity. So IN, the number 10SITY, fitnessunited.com. Okay. And you can go in there and you can just, buy whatever you need based off of what you need them for, because they are all the purest. They are the best. I've sourced them myself and I use them myself. And if I don't have them, I probably won't go behind them, because I only try everything that I have. If anything I have at my house, I take all my stuff.
You make the soap yourself? Yes.
Well, I have a team making it for me, like my team making it for me. I don't be in there making it myself. I got my team doing that.
Okay. So you have a soap and a lotion.
Yeah. Okay. The lotion is it's like I call it the skin regenerators. Okay, it regenerates the skin. If you have like blemishes or spots, is made with a bunch of essential oils, and it's very, very effective. Also, the soap is essential oil soap too. Okay,
all right. Coach, man, I got a new best friend, y'all. Man, I really, 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 really appreciate it. One last question: do you have stuff for kids? Because I'm passionate about the kids since I have my kids' cooking show. So
yeah, I got 4 kids. So what I would tell them, especially for their minds, they can take a half a teaspoon of black seed oil, right? So the serving size is 2 teaspoons a day. I would say give them a half of serving size. Harataki is great. My sons, I put it in their smoothie. I'll take Harataki, I'll open the capsule, put it in their smoothie, and it's going to make their minds great. So I would give moringa, Harataki, some liquid gold. What else would I give them? I would give them sea moss. I have sea moss, and I would give them black seed oil. But depending on, you don't got to do it all at once, but depending on what they need, I would definitely give that to them at half the dosage, depending on their age.
Are they vegan too? Do you let them? Or do you try to keep them? I know it's kind of hard.
I did it for a while. I did it for a while, but they fight. They still fight, because I caught them late in life. Okay, so you show me the 7-year-old and I'll show you the adult, right? So your kid, you have 7 years to train your kid for whatever you want to train them. If you don't catch them at 7 years, they have to make the choice on their own. It's no longer a programming anymore, which is why some of you may be struggling with your kids. You just got vegan and they're like 10 and they're fighting, because their programming is set and they have to consciously change it themselves, no matter how much you force them. So I decided not to force them. My son just had one of those vegan burgers in there earlier today, but he still likes to eat chicken from time to time. And I teach him, like, listen, I'm always in his ear. I make sure you eat fruit. But their life is their choice, because they go to school, they're going to eat whatever they want to eat. So I'd rather them eat, I'll buy it, and I'd rather them eat it at home and take it to school instead of eat that school stuff. It's terrible.
Right. So the we don't want to make people too pissed off, but those plant-based substitute meats, and if they don't have soy in them, are you more lenient to allow to accept that as a meal?
Yeah. Also, I would look at the fructose content as well.
Okay.
Soybean oil. I would look at that as well, and I would definitely look at like dairy, because even though people's like those boxes like to say it's vegan, a lot of times it's not vegan. So I would definitely want to stay away from the soy and all the fructose corn syrup and things of that nature, and dairy. I would stay away from that. But some of them I'm more lenient to, like the one that I just got for my son. I forget the brand name, but he just ate it. That's one of the ones I'm lenient to. And we'll go to Whole Foods or Costco and we'll get something for him. This is better than eating like processed chicken. Like I'll take that over processed chicken, because the whole process that chicken actually goes through to actually get to your doors.
Yes.
Like I broke it down. It's unbelievable.
It's scary. Yeah. So how do you feel about the Beyond Burgers and stuff?
I feel Beyond Meat is...
I'm gonna put you on the spot, so I don't want.
No, it's good. Listen, I've said way wilder things online. I'm actually used to these reactions. I actually look for them because I know I'm in the right spot. Okay. So, people that are eating Beyond Meat, the reason why they don't have any studies yet, because you are the study, and they're going to tell you what's happening to you after 10 years of you eating it. So, about 3 years ago, when they were talking about when they were really like pushing the vapes. And I was talking about popcorn lungs. I'm like, yo, them things gonna be popcorn lungs. Like, what's popcorn lungs? Everybody started snapping at me because they put the cigarette down, picked the vape up.
That's right.
And then studies came out where you're getting popcorn lungs now. So I'm normally early to this party, and when you're early, people always like to snap. But I'm telling you right now, continue to eat that Beyond Meat, and it's going to be even worse than actual meat because you just study.
And even
they try and see what happens.
So what about if it don't have any soy in it, no gluten, all those things that they claim don't have any?
Is it Beyond?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Beyond Meat. You're going to be beyond sick soon. Don't keep on playing if you want. I'm telling you, that's the one where I'm like,
Coach, listen, man, I just bought, let me tell you, I have not had meat in over 25 years. No pork, no beef, none of that. And I stopped eating dairy and wings and catfish, which was our meal back in the day. It's been 5 years now. Yeah, going on 5. So no dairy. I'm pretty clean with food. But I bought some Beyond sausages. I said, I'm going to eventually try me a sausage because I hadn't had one in a while. So, moderations, maybe.
So can I give you, so this is my advice. Because I'm not all like, I would say, because of the sodium, you ever looked at the sodium content in that stuff?
I check in the Beyond sauces.
You ever look at the sodium?
I'm going to look at some in the... See,
look at the sodium.
We got a production kitchen in here, and I'm going to go back...
It's going to be like this. Look at the sodium, right? Your eyes. Well, that's what I would say.
Pull it up while he on here, see if you can find it.
Okay, just look at the sodium.
Yeah, find it. Sasha, my engineer looking it up. Are you serious? So what can I have as a...
You can have it. I was going to tell you that you could.
Okay. Do you eat it?
But I would say drink a lot of water and go on a 18-hour fast afterwards, so your body won't.
Oh no, I'm not gonna be eating them sausages. No, I can't do that. So I only want them now. So what's your guilty pleasure? You got to have something. We don't do it all the way perfect. So here's the thing. I like dark chocolate. That's one of my things. I love dark chocolate. And that Celsius drink every once in a while can kind of get me, because it's like, okay, this is cool. I've tried to read everything about it I could. Mm-hmm. And so...
What's my guilty pleasure, huh? Lately, I can't have nothing. But like that's why I'm cooking so much, because I can't have nothing that's foreign to my body. Because see, what happens is when you eat a certain amount of sugar, your body has a resistance to it. Mm-hmm. And I ate so much sugar as a kid. I'm at the limit for life. You know what I'm saying? Seriously. So it affected my tendons and my ligaments to the point where like I tore both my Achilles. You know what I mean? Both of them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So after the last Achilles rupture that I had, I said, okay, I can't even do like little cheats here and there, because my wife she's a cook. And when she was making her sweet treats book, I was going in, and, it used to be like, cakes or cookies. That was my guilty pleasure. But now if I actually do it, I can't eat for the entire next day.
So if you do eat something that you just did, If you do eat something, wait on how much sugar, salt in them sauces. He hadn't found me. Okay, if you do eat something like that's sweet for you, or you say you don't eat for a whole day to cleanse your system.
And if people don't want to fast, what you have to do is work out, because you have to drive that sugar into your muscles. Okay. Sugar can be driven it's going to go right to your bloodstream. So you have to drive it into your muscles so you can get a little benefit from it. So what I would do if I ate bad, I would do like 100 push-ups. I would do some workouts so I can drive it to my muscles so my insulin won't spike. I won't get tired. But what's actually worse than sugar is actually bad fat. Processed fat is actually worse for your brain than even sugar itself, because processed fat is what's messing y'all up even more than sugar.
Okay, Coach. So, all right. So I'm mad. I'm so happy I'm going to beg my siblings to look at this. And then, I try not to send them anything because they'll start thinking you're trying to convert them, but all that kind of stuff. All right. So you said if you happen to eat anything that's bad, you want to try to work it out or fast at a minimum.
Or both. Depending on how bad it was.
Well, how often do you kind of go off? Do you just go off occasionally sometime and eat something? And if you do, what is it?
Like I just made apple pie the other day, right? But I made I cooked, but I made it. I made the layer of apple pie. I made it with pecans and walnuts. So I'm like, this is legit.
Okay. What you use to sweeten it? I only just tell me what you got.
Date syrup.
Okay.
I use date syrup and I use dates.
How much sodium? He's telling me how much sodium in sausage. How much sodium in those Beyond sausage? How much? Y'all, we can't eat no more Beyond sausage. It's 500 milligrams.
How much you say?
500 milligrams of sodium. Are you serious? In the Beyond sausage? That's per serving probably. But just the fact it's 500 milligrams. Those are the sausages or the patties. Yeah, Coach, I'm a little bit done with you right now. I can't handle no sodium. Wow, that's a lot of sodium.
A lot of sodium. Like, why so much? Because of the flavor.
You know who else has it? And I hate to throw these guys on the bus, but they need to know. You know those wrap snaps and snacks and stuff they got? Have you seen those?
Yeah,
Have you seen the sodium intake in those?
Yeah.
I mean, I walk by and get high blood pressure just walking by some of them snacks. I was like, that is crazy. Yeah, they're going to probably be after you, not me. It's like, he told me to say that.
I'm with it. They already after me, so I'm good with it.
Coach, I appreciate you, man. Please, now send me. You got my information. You can send me directly the things I need to get, that combo thing.
I got you.
So I can order. So text it to me, send it to me, and
yeah.
You got to be back on here again. You got to. So when we get off, I'm gonna be sending you a message. Actually, when next time you want to come back on, because we gonna make some people healthy.
Yeah, definitely. Because I have a lot of things to tell people that they've never even probably heard of before.
Okay.
About their diet and about their health, like just a docile creature thing. Like, why do we eat lambs and sheep? Because they fall in line, and so do you. When you eat it, it's easier to fall in line like the lambs and sheep that you ate, because you take on energy from the food that you eat. You are the food. You are. And here's the biggest thing I want to leave people with: you are not what you ate. You are what you ate eats. So whatever you ate eats, that's what you truly are. So
whoever you slept with, they slept with last night. That's who you sleeping with too.
That's who you sleeping with too.
For the same. So I understand. And so for those of people that this is sticky, for those people that may or may not want to take that whole thing that's going on with the COVID thing, right? Can you give them some options of what they should do if they're not? If they are or not? Either way, if they have taken any type of medication or if they've not, what should they do?
So if they took the V, they took the V or didn't take the V. Right. What you should be doing is fasting. Stop eating at 7 p.m. every night, 7 to 8 p.m. and do not eat again till 12 p.m. the next day. Okay. When you're doing this, drink a lot of water. Now, this is going to let your body heal itself, which it's trying to do, because the reason why a lot of you feel like you need to take it or you want to boost your immune system is because what you eat is going to control the immune system, or what you don't eat. So what I would say is start consuming supplements, because a lot of the food is also denatured as well. Okay, denatured means that a lot of it is GMO too. Even the veggie food, even the stuff that y'all deem is good, a lot of that stuff isn't good either. So what I would say is fast because the body's going to naturally heal itself regardless. It always wants to.
Yes. Yeah.
But the simple fact of the matter is you are always eating. And the thermodynamic energy it takes for your body to heal while you're always eating is a lot. So I would say fast. I would say eat clean. Have at least one bowl of dark greens a day, because that's going to help out with brain function, right? And fiber. A lot of you are fiber deficient. Mm-hmm. And I would say to consume one of these supplements up here, and I got sea moss too, and consume some sea moss. All right. Yes.
So I'm addicted to kale. I'm like really bad with kale. I mean, but I juice it a lot. I go through kale. That bag, I'm good for at least 5 days out of the week. I'm having kale. And what I put in my kale, apple, and ginger, which is my favorite, which I do every day.
I love ginger.
Okay, cool. So you say I can have that, cool. So, but back to my sausages. If I eat one, so you're just saying I need to watch my sodium intake.
And drink a lot of water when you do that. You got to flush it out. So the reason why I say water is so you can flush all that out, because they put so much sodium in there so you can believe it tastes different than what it actually is. So that's why they do it. They pack it with a bunch of flavor in to hide the other stuff. So that's why it's so much sodium.
I understand sprinkle salt is a little bit better than processed salt. Is that true? Like
sprinkle salt
that the raw salt itself is not as harmful for you as it is the sodium that's cooked in the food.
Yep.
That's why some salt is good for you.
Because a lot of times the salt that's cooked into the food is not just that. It's something else too. Oh. See?
Coach, I'm going to let you go, man. Thank you so very much. Coach Reggie from, what's the name of your company?
Intensity Fitness United. So Intensity, in10isty, Fitness United.
Oh,
you can check it out.
I'm ordering me some black seed. How long will it take me to get my stuff, man? We friends.
I would say 2 or 3 days processing. Black seed is actually sold out right now, so give me like another week to get black seed in. But the natural time is 2 or 3 days processing to get your stuff in and out. I'm talking about business days. So yeah,
cool.
Mm-hmm. And you said one thing about the Celsius, right?
I thought you was gonna let me slide with that.
I ain't letting you slide.
Okay, come on. What you got?
All right. So I have a better alternative than Celsius because it's good, but it's not good. All right. I would say if you like juicing already, what you should do is juice the ingredients that you want your Celsius to be and just pour some sparkling water in that, and you create your own Celsius.
Okay. Give me that one more time now.
Okay. So let's say if you want, what's the flavor of Celsius you have? Like you got orange, blueberry, what?
So it's not the flavor that I like. I like the energy that it gives me.
I mean, the energy, okay.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would take vegetables that give you natural energy, and I would just put a little bit of sea moss in there, and you juice it. And because what happens is when you consume things that give you unnatural energy, your body becomes dependent on the unnatural energy. And then when you try to get the natural energy, it doesn't even work.
Right.
Because your body's programmed with something. So you want to transform your body to natural. Like I would say Shilajit is because of its fulvic acid content will give you natural energy. A lot of times, a lot of you are tired because you don't drink any water and your body's stressed. Right. So, a lot of times when you guys feel like you're hungry, you're actually thirsty. So I would say that if you want natural energy, you have to clean out something in your body, because if you don't have natural energy, you might have a little bit of toxins in the colon, and it's getting through and it's going into the bloodstream, which is making you feel sluggish.
And here's the thing for me. Because I had you diagnosing me all day. All right. So you told me to just juice whatever I'm juicing, sea moss, and I should be good.
Sparkling water, and you got Celsius drink right there. It make you, and it's going to give you the same benefits. Just give it some time, and you might need to cleanse your colon. You might need to do that. 10 days.
If I get any more energy than I'm always on 10. When I tell you I'm
so you're good then.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. Only what takes me down is because I've used up all the time on the clock, and then I'm sleepy. So like I was up last night till 7 o'clock this morning. And so I'll probably go down like the Energizer Bunny, probably here in about another 5-10 minutes. I'll probably, because these lights are hot. So
Got you.
Doc, thank you so much. Whenever you're in Atlanta, man, please, you got to come to the studio, man.
We'll do. Absolutely.
We'll mix up some stuff in the kitchen and stuff. And I'm going to talk to you later on about the kids to help me to get some stuff for the kids. Kids are chefs, so they can start having some options. You can give us some things that they can start cooking in the kitchen for them as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, Doc. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. Have a great
All right. No problem.
and we'll be in touch, man.
Appreciate you having me. Definitely.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.